every time I'm showing you my portfolio, which stocks I have in my portfolio, which stocks I'm buying, it's always my public portfolio, the one visible on eToro to anyone. Even if you are not on eToro, you can go on eToro and see my portfolio. It's visible to everyone. But I have a secret portfolio. And actually, it has been in existence for only a few weeks. But it's important to talk about it. It's important to talk about why I have this secret portfolio, because in a few months it can actually be bigger than my main portfolio. So that's why it's not a small thing that is not important. It is important. I'm going to talk about why I have this, what's in this portfolio, how am I going to use this portfolio, and how it will change in the future, how will it impact me in the future. Before we talk about this secret portfolio, I'm going to tell you another secret. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm when you smash the like button. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Ishfaaq. I am a popular investor on eToro with over 2.4 million US dollars in assets under management. So please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the coming videos. Why do I have this secret portfolio? As you know, last year in November, I had some problems with my account on eToro. Actually, the problem started well before that. It started on the day that I was born. I was born in a stupid country. So this is what happens when you're born in a stupid country. So my country was put by the European Union on the blacklist for financial terrorism. And eToro consequently banned my country from their platform. So I got a call from eToro that my account was going to be closed and that I had to withdraw all my money. But eventually, my account was saved. And it's only because I am a popular investor. Today, I'm the only person in Mauritius who still has an eToro account. So I'm very grateful for eToro for this. But when that problem started, of course, I did not know that it was going to be solved. What I decided to do was to withdraw my money from eToro and to put everything on another broker, because this is the only solution you have. I don't want to remain in cash, so invest in another broker. So I started the process to open an account with another broker, a traditional broker. What do I mean by traditional broker? It means not the ones like eToro or Robinhood, where zero commission, where it is very user friendly, just make trades. I'm talking about a traditional broker where you have many more options compared to eToro or Robinhood. So I opened an account there, but it took me over 6 months to get approved. Of course, that broker is not from my country, it's an international broker. I'm not going to tell you the name because I have an exclusivity agreement with eToro that I cannot promote any other broker. So I'm not going to tell you the name, but I have a broker. It's not important for you to know the name because this is a traditional broker. You can use another one, will have the same service. It's not like with eToro, you have copy trading, something you don't get with Robinhood, for example. So there is nothing special about this traditional broker compared to another one. There is nothing different between the traditional brokers actually. Only maybe a few fees here and there, commissions, that's all. But the services they provide are the same. So I opened that account. It took me 6 months to get approved. But why did I need this account if my problem was solved on eToro? It's because I had a new problem. I was making too much money. I have too much money. This is my problem. All that money that I'm making from eToro, from Teachable, because as a popular investor on eToro, I'm getting paid by eToro. I'm making money from my courses, from my research partnership on Teachable. I'm getting paid from all of this. So all that is accumulating on my bank account, and the bank account is in my country. In the last 3 years, compared to the US dollar, my home currency depreciated by 30%. So if the US dollar is trash, my home currency, this is poop. So my bank account is just a pile of poop, and I don't want to keep a pile of poop. The best solution, and this is what I will advise to anyone, is to invest that money. Even if you're in US dollar or Swiss franc, you should invest your money. And of course, I need to have skin in the game. I'm talking about investments. I cannot keep a pile of poop and talk about investments. If the channel is not about saving, so of course I have to invest all that money. I want to invest all that money. Unfortunately, I cannot do it on eToro because you're allowed to have only one account if you are a popular investor. I can invest in my main account, but it will disrupt the portfolio of my copiers. I don't want to do that. So the best solution is to use that other broker. And like I told you, it took 6 months to get approved. Why this happened? It's because they had some issues while I was making so much money all of a sudden. Because last year when I started my application, I was not making that much money, and when I changed it, now I'm making a lot more money. So they had some questions on that. I had to call them to get it approved, and it's solved. It's approved. What I can say is that it is much easier to open an account on eToro, and eToro is user friendlier. It is easier to use. If you are a beginner, it's better you use eToro. I've not used any other broker for these two, so don't ask me about Robinhood. I know Robinhood too is easy to use in the United States. So these traditional brokers, they are a little more complicated, and maybe they are designed for professionals. That's why. They are designed for professionals. That's why they are more complicated. Of course, the traditional broker has many more tools compared to eToro. For the time being, I'm not going to use these tools, but in the future, maybe I'm going to use these. But the tools are of course very interesting. I'm still learning about these tools, and like I told you, in the future, I'm going to use them. And every month, I'm going to add some money to that account on the second broker. The reason why I'm doing this is, again, like I told you, I'm being paid from eToro, from Teachable, and I don't want to keep this as cash. I have already my emergency fund. I have some cash which I will use throughout the month. I'm a very frugal person, and everything else is going to be reinvested. So it's going to be reinvested in that portfolio. My main portfolio on eToro is going to be growing organically. It means right now it's about 54,000 US dollars. I'm not counting the AUM. I have my own money, 54,000 US dollars on eToro. So it's going to grow. If let's say my portfolio doubles in value next year, it's going to be 108,000 US dollars. That's it. This is organic growth. I'm not going to add money or withdraw money from it. But on that other portfolio, I can withdraw money if I want. If let's say I get hit with a coconut on the head and I want to get married next year, so I need some money, I will withdraw money from that second account, not the first one. So what do I have in this portfolio? It is an exact copy of my main portfolio on eToro, without the cash and cash equivalents. So let's say my number one position on my main portfolio is Freeport-McMoran. On that other portfolio too, that second secret portfolio, it's still Freeport-McMoran. But of course on eToro it's about 7%. There it's more because it's more concentrated. I did not use that 25% cash and cash equivalents, that is the bond ETF, the gold ETF, the silver ETF, which I have on eToro. I don't have it on that second portfolio. I don't think it's necessary. I'm going to add money every month, so there is a constant cash flow. There is no need for me to keep cash on that second portfolio. And the reason why I have the same companies that I own on my first portfolio is because I want to increase my skin in the game. I like these companies. I always tell people tell me when they are investing, when they are trying to copy me on eToro, that they won't copy open trades because most of these stocks already went up, that it's not a good idea. The only reason why I'm holding these stocks is because I still believe in them. So if I still believe in them, it means I can buy more. Even if Freeport-McMoran gained 300% in the last 12 months, I still believe in Freeport-McMoran. And that's why I'm willing to buy more of Freeport-McMoran. Of course, there are going to be changes in that new portfolio. I'm going to be more concentrated in stocks which I'm currently buying on eToro, because even if I still believe in those companies I'm holding, the new companies I'm buying, the gains can be more substantial. So of course, I'm going to be more focused on those stocks. Eventually, let's say I'm buying more of Discovery of UNFI, I'm going to add more in the new portfolio too. So it's not going to be 100% copy of my main portfolio, but the same stocks you will see on the main portfolio, you will see them on the second portfolio too. Apart from that, I have a few additional investments on the new portfolio. I have one share of GameStop, which I recently bought. As you know, this is my best ever investment. At some point I had, I don't remember exactly how many shares of GameStop, but it was a lot. It was a lot. I bought GameStop at $2 and I sold at over $400. I made over 11,000 profits on some shares. So this is my best investment. I want to keep some shares. Even though I think that GameStop is in a bubble, it is massively overvalued, I still want to keep one share of GameStop. Just, it's like a small token of everything that happened with GameStop. I'm keeping it to follow the company because I will know that I will get the earning reports, so I will know, maybe I can even vote for something. I want to follow also Ryan Cohen, how he's going to change the company. So I have this one share that I'm holding for GameStop. Another company in which I'm holding one share is Berkshire Hathaway. That class B shares, not the class A shares. I'm not that rich yet. The reason why I'm holding this one share of Berkshire Hathaway is because next year, when we have the annual meeting, hopefully I want to attend. How do you attend the annual meeting? You need to have at least one share of Berkshire Hathaway. Then you can have that invitation on the annual report and send it to them so that you get your pass. So I'm hoping next year I can attend the annual meeting. So I need one share of Berkshire Hathaway. And the rest I have in FTCV Ishfaaq. So what is FTCV? This is the Ishfaaq of eToro. I'm not going to buy it on the main account because I'm not really comfortable buying Ishfaaq, but I really believe in this company. I'm not going to say whether it is overvalued or undervalued. I just wanted to have more skin in the game in this company, eToro. It's not really an investment as such where I want to make a lot of money in the future. It's just I want to be part of this game. So I own some shares of eToro. When the Ishfaaq deal goes on, eToro is going to be public. I don't know how much the shares are going to be, but for now, I bought a few shares of eToro. By a few, I mean a few dozens. That's the only difference for now between my main portfolio and that second secret portfolio. But of course, in the future, there are going to be more differences because like I told you, there are more tools on that new portfolio and I'm going to use all these tools. For example, you can buy options, something you cannot do on eToro. Why this is important? For example, when I was looking at GameStop, I knew that with options, you could have made much more money. I did not have that option to buy options on eToro. So now that I have this option to buy options, of course, when necessary, I'm going to use it. I'm still learning how to use options, so I'm not going to rush and start buying options. I'm still learning. And it's not that I'm trading options. I don't want to buy options just to make money in a few weeks. It's long term. I can also make use of convertible bonds or buy individual bonds. For example, with Tesla, I was looking at the convertible bonds a few years ago. When everybody was saying Tesla was going bankrupt, the convertible bonds were actually very, very attractive compared to the stock. The stock was really expensive, yes, but the convertible bonds were attractive. And it would have been a much better idea to buy the convertible bonds instead of the shares, and you will eventually get the shares. So this is something I could not do before. Now I have the opportunity to do it. I can also exercise my voting rights. There are many stocks which are not available, unfortunately, on eToro. Now they are available to me. In many other countries, for example, South Korea, I invested in the South Korean ETF because I did not have access to South Korean stocks, but now I have access to South Korean stocks. And I can choose individual companies. Of course, in the beginning, I'm not going to talk about this to you. It's still going to be a secret. So let's say I invest in a South Korean stock. I'm not going to tell it to you. It's going to be in the secret portfolio. Why I'm not going to inform you about it is because I'm still learning. All these things that I will do in the new portfolio are going to be unreported. So even if, let's say, in the new portfolio I make 40% in a year, and in my main portfolio I make 30% in a year, I'm not going to report 40%. I'm going to report 30% because this is the one I'm showing to the public. But you should know that the majority of the portfolio will still be more or less like my main portfolio. I'm not going to experiment with options, with warrants, with 70% of the new portfolio. It's going to be only a small amount. So most of the new portfolio will still be copying the main portfolio. You don't have to worry about this. I'm going to be 100% transparent with you. That small amount which I'm going to do experiments, it's not going to be that much. But eventually, those experiments, when you do experiments, you want to apply them in real life. So eventually, I want to have a hybrid portfolio where maybe I find a really, really good deal, which unfortunately I cannot do on eToro. I'm going to do it on the new portfolio and then I'm going to report it to you. So we are going to see hybrid. So the results which I'm going to show about my returns are not going to be 100% from eToro anymore. It's going to be from the second portfolio too. So what do I mean by hybrid? Let's say I see a very good deal with some preferred shares. These preferred shares are not available on eToro. So I can buy them on that second portfolio. And if I make profit or even if I lose money on those preferred shares, I have to report it to you. So if I make 20% on my main portfolio on eToro, and let's say 1% returns from that new portfolio. I have to add it and tell you 21%. So even if I lose money, I lose 5%, I have to tell you 15%. So I'm going to report it as a hybrid portfolio. Eventually, this is what I intend to do. But it's not in the near future. I don't know when I will do it. I don't think this year, maybe next year. It depends on how long I will take to learn all these new tools, all these new securities that I can trade now. When I learn all of this, when I make mistakes, when I lose money on them, then only I can be sure that I know how to use them. All of this is important because I believe you need to learn as much things as possible. I told you that in the future I want to expand beyond eToro. Of course, I want to stay on eToro because I believe this is something very beautiful that you can provide the same services that hedge funds would do to non-accredited investors, where people will only $200. This is something beautiful. But I want to go beyond that. Maybe I want to have my own hedge fund. I don't know. I'm not sure if I want a hedge fund, a holding company like Berkshire Hathaway. I don't know. But I know that in the future, I'm going to expand beyond eToro because there are things which are limited, unfortunately, there. So I have this second portfolio, this secret portfolio now where I can learn how to do these things, and eventually we are going to put a dent in the universe. So if you have any questions about this secret portfolio, let me know in the comments. If the answers are not secret, I'm going to answer to you. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please watch these two videos if you have missed them. Have a nice day and goodbye.